You're going to start off this recipe by cubing any type of potatoes into 4 to 6 cubes per potato.
I can't think of the name of this, but I'll definitely link it for you guys. I got it from Amazon after seeing my friend use this on her Instagram. I love garlic. So if you're like me and you love garlic, but you hate peeling garlic, this little bad boy is going to be such a saver time. So it looks like this. It's made out of silicone, and I'll show you guys how to use it. It's great. I also want you guys to know I'm not a chef. I'm not culinary trained. Don't come at me for how I cut things, pull things apart. This is just your girl cooking how I know. And that is not perfect. A lot of the women in my family are really good cooks, and we have a lot of hand-down recipes, but I don't even know all those recipes. I mostly just like cook whatever I want. And then if I want those family recipes, I kind of ask my mom, and a lot of the times they're not even written down. Basically, inside the silicone, you can see straight through it, right? And I like to do this off the cutting board because the rolling of it. So you just put it inside. So now you have like just your little thing like hanging out in there like that. And then you literally just roll over it. And then you get this awesome piece of garlic at the end there. It's beautiful. So we're just gonna repeat that for the next few. Some peel easier than others, but as you can see, once again, you pull it out and you have this beautiful, it's so easy, y'all. It changed my life. Just remember with onions and garlic that you don't want to drop it on the floor. It can be toxic to dogs. If you have little critters at home, be careful of that, okay? And I'm gonna take care of the rest of these. So I'll catch you guys once I'm done. We're just gonna dice these up, okay? So we have our potatoes, we have our yellow onion, and we have a whole head of garlic. So we'll go ahead and utilize these 3 for our dinner. Those 2 are gonna be going mostly into the chicken, but also some of it will be going into the potatoes as well. So let's get cooking. I've rinsed the potatoes several times in water. I have this cool little gadget, a collapsible strainer. So it's like this, right? It has depth to it. And so then, because I live in a studio and we just need to compartmentalize everything, this is perfect. I probably would have this even without a studio, but then it just turns into a flat piece of nothing, which I love. For storage, it's great. So we're gonna get these cooking. So I'm gonna use the organic coconut avocado oil blend. I just bought it to try it out. I do really like ghee, so it said that it was a vegan ghee alternative. I'm not vegan, but I just wanted to try it out, and I do think that it was a good substitute for ghee. Kerrygold butter. I've kind of stayed away from this because of the cost for so long, but I got it from Costco because they didn't have any regular salted butter, and honestly, this was such a great find. It really is gold butter. Use any types of seasonings that you want, but for today I did the Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse seasoning that I got from Costco. This is just your everyday granulated garlic. Doesn't have any salt included in it. It's just Kirkland brand from Costco coarse ground black pepper. I've seasoned this side liberally. These pans are from Caraway. They're really nice pans. You can only cook them on medium to low heat, so I have them kind of simmering. I may need to add some water to this. I might not. Depends on how it goes. But I'm going to let them kind of simmer on one side. I'll kind of go ahead and stir it up. And then we'll see if we need to season the other side. Not cooking at too high of a heat right now. We're at 6, or we're about 5, which is about medium for my stove. The reason why you don't want to cook these on really high heat because it can damage the non-stick coating. It's a non-stick ceramic, which is healthier than using other types of non-stick pans. And this is not a sponsored video. I've had these for about a month and I really like them. I've heard mixed reviews about how these pans work, but I honestly have really enjoyed them so far and I plan on taking really good care of them. Alright, I'm gonna just measure out just 1 cup to start of chicken broth so that we can then add it to our beautiful sizzling potatoes right now. They need a little bit of liquid to kind of help them continue to simmer without burning. I added the onion and I added garlic. So while those are kind of simmering, we're gonna put this beautiful top on it and we'll bring it back to kind of a simmer sound. Now that you don't hear it, that means there's adequate liquid added. You don't need to add anything else for the time being. So I'm just gonna cover this up and we will wait. Similarly, I'm going to be using this Dutch oven from Caraway to go ahead and make the chicken. You could make the potatoes in here and then you could have made the chicken in here if you wanted, but for whatever reason, I don't know, I just decided to make the potatoes in here and I'm gonna put the chicken into the Dutch oven. It doesn't matter either way. I'm going to just turn it on to a medium fire and let that heat up for a little bit.
Next, we're moving on to cleaning the chicken. I'm removing any dishes I have in the sink at this time to prevent any kind of cross-contamination. Go ahead and clean the chicken as you normally would and pat it dry with a paper towel before getting ready to season the chicken thoroughly. Always remember to wash your hands after handling any type of poultry to prevent cross-contamination. So those are going to be the seasonings that we're going to use on those. I'm going to go ahead and also get some oil. So what I like to do with the oil is we'll just pour a little bit in here. And I'm going to actually baste the chicken with it. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit of oil on there and gently apply it all over the chicken to help the seasonings stick. And it's just basically avoiding me having to use my hands to do this, but you can do this with your hands if you want. I'm gonna do this to both sides. I'm gonna add just a titch because it's gonna be spicy. Just a little pepper. And then you can always use this to kind of rub things in. Last but not least, we're gonna go in with some organic parsley. All right, we're gonna add the rest of the butter. Look at that sizzle. It doesn't matter if it gets brown, but we're gonna be adding some butter. And then once that kind of melts down, we'll go ahead and add the chicken. You can see how easily the butter and the juices from the chicken are creating a delicious butter sauce. See that sizzle and you know it's gonna taste good. I then add my garlic, followed by my onions to the pot. Distribute the onions and the garlic evenly to make sure that each piece of chicken gets a load of flavor.
It's important to not use anything that could potentially scrape these pots either, so silicone and wood is okay, but nothing sharp. Ooh, those are looking good. We're still at a medium-low heat right now. Yeah, medium heat, not medium-low. We're on 5. Let's turn it up to 6. I'm going to make sure that these have plenty of moisture in there. You don't want to burn your pot. You also don't want to burn your chicken, but you want a little crust on there. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of water in there. Put it top. And there she goes. All right, the chicken is looking really, really good. At this point, we just kind of need to see what the temperatures are looking like. 165 is the goal, but if they're warmer than that, that's okay. You just want to stick it in like the thickest piece With the chicken. Yeah, that one's done. So I'll probably pull that one. The other two I'll cook for a little bit longer. Over time, the butter sauce, the onions, and the garlic will begin to caramelize, and we'll be able to see a beautiful crust start to form on the chicken. Check it out. Go ahead and grab your favorite vegetables, put them on a baking tray, and spread them out evenly before placing in the oven. I'm using canola oil to crisp the vegetables. Granulated garlic wouldn't hurt anybody, right? I'm gonna put some lemon pepper. It's one of Dylan's favorite. And then I'm gonna put some Himalayan pink salt. A little bit goes a long way. You can always salt later if you need to. And that's that. Those are gonna go in the oven and get roasted. We're gonna set the oven to 450 degrees. Let that preheat. Our vegetables came out amazing. Nice and crispy, but still a little bit soft. And last but not least, we're gonna cut up our chicken breast into slices to make it a little bit easier to eat. The chicken was so moist and tender. Here I'm adding a butter, garlic, and onion sauce that formed while we were cooking the chicken. It was so buttery, smooth, and salty. That is dinner. It looks really, really good. Bon appetit. Y'all, this food I hope you enjoyed this cook with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.